our next panel, and I'm going to be joined by fellow journalist and moderator, Katia Damborsky, who's also known as the yacht writer. She's going to be moderating this panel for you, so please welcome Katia to the stage.
Well, hello everyone. It's so lovely to be here. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. As Lucy says, my name is Katia Damborsky. I am a yachting journalist and a content creator, and I'm very happy to be moderating a couple of the sessions here at the summit. So for this particular conversation, I have a real all-star panel. So please can I welcome to the stage Bozena Kascelan from IYC, Michelangiolo Venturi from Ocean Yachting, and Serhan Cengiz from TYBA. Please join me. So I was particularly excited to moderate this panel about the rise in prominence of Türkiye as a yacht charter destination. And what I'm hoping that we can achieve out of this is together think of the next steps that we need to do to maintain the region's popularity as a charter destination, but also grow it as well. So let's dive into the conversation. Maybe, Bozena, you could help me with my first question. I'm curious to know, clients in general, not just in Türkiye, are they choosing yachts to charter based on the vessel or the experience? Is it a mix of both? Is it vessel first? Is it experience first? What do you think?
Well, I would say that first, thank you for joining us for the panel. And I would say the clients, they already come kind of with emotion. So they already have said what they want to find. Are they looking for the specific experience, like wellness experience, or they have like a honeymoon experience they want to see on the yacht? So they come with this emotion, and then we actually are driven with this emotion to filter the best matching yacht for them. So I would say both. While our colleagues are talking about the design and shipyard and how yachts are really now turning into more than just a yacht, you can see that on every yacht now you have more amenities like gym, beach clubs are getting bigger, jacuzzis, pools, they're all combined. So it's not only the yacht, it's full experience. While the yacht can be super nice looking and offer all of this, if you don't have the team behind, like the crew that really works together with the charter manager, with their owner, to create that experience and pass it on the client, they're not going to come back. So I would say it's rather jointly the yacht, but I would say in nowadays the experience is actually driving them to come back rather than just the tonnage of the yacht or luxury of the yacht that they have. So it needs to be well-rounded in one thing to actually be passed on them the right way.
That's interesting. So they'll maybe initially be drawn in by an amenity, but then the experience is what keeps them coming back year after year.
Yes. I think what we need to understand is that yachting is a lifestyle. So once you experience the charter and you like it, you will definitely come back and you will actually move, let's say, from 20 meter to 30 meter to 50 meter. It's just driving. You like the owners, they're buying new boats, bigger boats. The charter clients are also experiencing the new destinations, but again, the new experiences on the yacht that they actually choose and they can feel. So I would say that crew definitely needs to grow now from only being, let's say, chief stew and stew to be more wellness oriented, and that can to be like personal trainer as well, to have masseuse on board. So it's becoming like hotels as well. You need more experience inside than just a yacht.
And Michelangiolo, is that your experience as well?
Yes, and she's correct saying that now the crews are requested to be more proactive in their duty, or like explaining how to use water sports, to be able to obtain a RYA water sport license, for example, or have more a yoga session or fitness or something. This is something that people chartering yachts in the West Med always ask for. So these new specifications, the new requests are improving in Turkey. While in the past people were just coming for the fascinating gulets because it's a fascinating boat. Now there are more kind of boats here, the contemporary gulets, new motor sailors, more motor yachts, and the clients wants this kind of standard in the cruise that is definitely not offered here on many boats, not all of them.
Oh, really? Okay, you don't think that's across the board offered? You don't think those experiences are offered across the board? You think it's kind of a mixed fleet?
Yes,
still?
we do book many charters in the West Med, so we see differences from the request and the kind of clients, and this is something that can be improved here, but the high-end charter here is going up a lot compared to the past, because there are more boats and more facilities, nicer airports and nicer structures, and it takes time to get to the luxurious standards of Saint-Tropez or Porto Cervo or Capri, of course, but the way that is being followed is the good one.
Serhan, is that your experience as well? Do you think the level of luxury is increasing, and do you think that the Türkiye will be one day on par with the more West Mediterranean hotspots?
We are gradually coming there, and actually agreeing with all my colleagues here, I say that a seasoned and experienced charterer sets all the criteria for what he wants and what he wants to find on a yacht charter from his experience. And Turkey is slowly answering all those new demands, the complex wishes of the charterers, because it's getting more and more complex. They want this, they want that, and we are all there to provide them what they want, because they are, especially the seasoned, experienced charterers, have very solid demands. And in Turkey, we are getting there, but on par with West Med, we need some time. It is because of as Michelangiolo just said, we started from the traditional gulets. And now our charter fleet in Turkey is gradually changing the variety, the range of yachts, the meters, the length, and the services on yachts is getting more and more, high level, A level. We are getting there. We will get there eventually.
Demanding charter clients? Is that a...
Sorry?
Just demanding charter clients. I had no idea they could be so demanding. So we spoke about new specifications and new demands. What about new areas, new cruising regions? We've obviously just closed the Mediterranean season. Did you see an uptick in any particular regions in Turkey where people were requesting?
I can go. So I would say that Turkey definitely is growing and going back from what they said, from traditional gulet or traditional mass tourism. It's coming actually to real luxury yachts, and we can definitely see that September, October in Turkey are a lot busier than before. So the big yachts doing, let's say, Montenegro, Croatia, Greece, are actually stepping forward to Turkey, and they're doing charters in Turkey and accepting charters in Turkey. So I think Turkey has very solid base to build and actually to grow. And it has good infrastructure in terms of facilities down Bodrum, Göcek. So you have marinas, you have luxury lifestyle around. Some of the infrastructure in behind needs to be built, but again, you have the airport. So you have the solid base to grow. It's just like Serhan was saying, you need that power, and you need the power of all groups working together, not only us yacht brokers, you need owners, you need crew to actually get more educated, to work during the winter on new courses, stuff, to grow with the destination. And again, marketing needs to be done, because I think Turkey really is set on all-inclusive marketing, while needs to be more like France, Italy, Croatia is growing, I can say, because I'm from covering that region, Croatia and Montenegro. So they definitely need to work better on marketing and actually selling that experience, showing what chefs are able to do here, like what local products you can actually get in Turkey. You need to sell the experience, that it's actually unique to luxury lifestyle, not the mass tourism.
Serhan was mentioning this earlier, the concept of the all-inclusive resorts with the buffets is a real kind of something that people think about when they consider tourism in this country. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, Turkey has this branding image of more mass tourism, land-based holidays. That is one thing. We are not famous as like south of France with our yachting, but we are more famous, worldwide known for our land-based holidays. That's something I think is also subject of another later in the panel. And but as destination, it's inevitable that it is Turkey with its 7 months of season, especially when Croatia and West Med is getting colder and cooler, not colder, cooler. September, October in Turkish coast, especially in Gulf of Göcek, even the Bodrum yachts come to Gulf of Göcek, which is much warmer all the way till now, till this day, mid-November. So this will, of course, as a destination, gives a lot of positive credit to Turkish coast.
Absolutely, and you and I were in fact on a boat earlier this year in May, and it was perfectly warm enough to swim. We were all in the water every day. And I wondered, based on that trip, how do you think, and based on what you were saying about marketing, how do you think that we can be collaborating better to tell these stories, to get these narratives out there, to use the digital tools that we have to not just market Turkey a bit better, but also serve our clients a bit better?
Shall I again? So definitely we need to work together, like they were mentioning before, like shipyards need to work together, not as a competition. Same is for brokers. We are selling the same destination, so we definitely need to unify and work together in terms of marketing and sell in a unique way. Like you said, you were on board on a fem trip, I assume. So putting these stories on Instagram or any other social platform is actually selling point, because you sell experience. You're actually showing what you did on board, you're showing how the coast looks like. And coming back what Serhan said, I think really for Turkey, selling point is the weather, because September and October, yes, it gets cooler, West Med, Croatia, Greece as well. I mean, especially August even, you have a lot of wind, so clients are kind of not very decisive to move with Greece. But in terms of water temperature, it's definitely selling point for Turkey. So this is something that we all need to kind of advertise and bring our clients on.
Of course.
Digital, Michelangiolo.
No, I was talking about, thinking not about the digital, but what you said about the water temperature. We have more requests for the southern part of Turkey. I'm not talking about Antalya, but like Kekova and Finike in the past, guests were just asking for Bodrum and Göcek and Marmaris. They were not heading southern of that. Well, now, maybe because they've been here before, or because they want to see different things, more people are asking to go southern. That's also better for the weather in general, rather than Bodrum in October, because I mean it's a big luck to have a season that lasts from May to November. As you said, it's something that I wish we could have I'm from Italy. I wish I could have it in Italy. Well, I'm preparing my skis to go skiing in a short time. So.
Digital itineraries. Yeah, I would like to make a few. I would like to say a few words on it. Digital itineraries. I don't know how many people in the audience know Rod Heikel, the water pilot. Yes, I see one hand, couple of hands. Rod Heikel was one of those writers in the days before the digital age. Every broker used to have his books, Turkish water pilot, Greek water pilot, Italian water pilot, Caribbean water pilot. This was our bedside book, Because at those times, if you want to sell a destination which you don't know, which you know nothing about, without going there, we had these water pilot books telling everything about sailing areas in the world. Nowadays, we have the digital itineraries, and with the digital itineraries, which will be supported in the future with reels, we have a better explanation of the destinations with the digital itineraries, and we use it very widely. I use it personally very widely, digital itineraries, and I love it. And with the digital itineraries, you can really promote certain ideas, certain destinations, new destinations even. But always, always, a broker who knows the region himself or herself sells the best, you know. Digital itineraries and AI, to a certain extent, will explain your client what the region is giving you, offering you. But a broker who knows the region himself is the best broker for selling a destination. This is what I would say.
Best tool.
I would say, I mean, coming back to AI itineraries, it's a great tool and it's really used widely. But again, if you don't have the knowledge behind, you can, yes, send this itinerary to the client and it's going to look good because it's AI prepared. But I think that you're actually selling, coming back, how they choose the yacht. You're selling the emotion. You're selling what you actually experience, and you need to actually put that on them. And this is where we are saying that the brokers with experience are going to sell easier because they have this passion, they tried it, so they truly can sell the product, versus where the new brokers with AI tools, I mean, they have the basic information, but you never experience it. So you cannot know the hidden gems in Turkey, the, let's say, local organic restaurants that you can recommend that are not widely advertised on a Google. So those small points are actually making the huge difference in experience. You're not selling what everybody else is selling. You need to sell something unique. You need to sell something that you actually tried and something that it's not widely available, because then we're coming back again to mass tourism. Everybody can try this. Everybody can find on Google, I mean, clients can find themselves on Google what's a good restaurant, but something hidden where you can actually get only by the tender is something that they are looking for. So totally different than from like mass tourism. This is
that's the value add. I think you were telling me earlier about a client asking to go to 2 different destinations, and they were saying, well, I've tracked it. I know I can get between those 2 places. And you're saying, yeah, you can get there, but you'll be cruising the whole time. You will not be able to stop.
Yeah, I mean, when you get the requests to start charter, let's say in Istanbul, like Serhan was saying, and finish in Bodrum, we say to brokers, other brokers, and even clients, it's doable. I mean, yes, let's do it. Let's put the cruising on max, and you burn the fuel. Your APA will be gone, but you don't get any kind of experience inside. So it really matters how you actually, what kind of charter itinerary you prepare. And I would say that in Turkey, this is the actual location that clients can come back few years in a row because it has so much to offer. Versus in small places, and we all have clients, they go to Amalfi 1 year and they're not going to do it next year again because they did it once and in 7 days is enough. So they move to, let's say, Sardinia and Corsica. But in Turkey, and even Croatia, they can actually split in 2. So they can 1 year do one part of the coast and second year do the different part of the coast. So this is one of the benefits, I would say, for Turkey as well.
I'm going to move on to the next question because we're running slightly short on time. But we talked about some of the benefits. So let's talk about some of the challenges. What do you think is limiting Türkiye and its visibility compared to other spots in the Mediterranean? I'm not sure. Michelangiolo, would you like to start?
From a super yachting point of view, so talking high-end boats, what is limiting Turkey is that what I noticed from the charters booked in the West Med, people who take a 30, 40, 50 meters yacht for a holiday usually go a place where they do congregate with other people with similar yachts. Or maybe they have friends, have houses, villas, mansions, whatever, in that area. Or there are 10 top restaurants in that area. So there's a beach in Corsica, there's a beach with a restaurant where if you check on the IS, on the marine traffic, every night in season you see, I don't know, 15 yachts, 50 meters at the anchor because they want to go to this restaurant where food is not very good actually, but you know, you go there bare feet, and again, it's a very famous place. So people are attracted by that. So people come to Turkey more for the coastline, for all the nature that's around, not really to meet with other people. I mean, people, as a matter of fact, if you go to Patmos, that's just across the channel right in front of you, not in front of you, in front of Badrum, you see many yachts that go there because they are friends from home, or an Italian, an American, they meet there. So what is missing in Turkey for this, to go to a next step for the super yachting, is a place where people arrive with his own or a chartered yacht, 50 meters yacht, and he's sure to find somebody he knows, somebody or a bunch of restaurants where he can go. Like the resort in Marmaris is a very good place. It's a fantastic place. It's a place where yachts do meet, but there are not that many places like that.
Yeah, so it's all about finding hotspots and places that are together in Turkey. Serhan, maybe?
Yeah, I would like to say that the challenges in Turkey's in yachting as a yachting destination is first the structure of the Turkish charter fleet. We have, as I mentioned before, we have more traditional gulas than super yachts in our fleets available for charter. This is one of our major challenges, which will eventually evolve, and we will get super yachts also more available in Turkey. But at the moment, due to regulations and restrictions, etc., we have very few numbers in Turkey. This is our major challenge. Secondly, we have limited global marketing compared to Greece or Croatia. Turkey has invested less in coordinated international promotion in yachting. And thirdly, our branding is, as I mentioned earlier, is more land-based holidays, where we sell sea, sun, culture, and history, and the Turkish cuisine. But eventually we will overcome all these hurdles, and we will offer the yachting world a better advantages in the very soon future. And with the new destinations coming into Turkish coast, like the Kekova and towards east from Göcek, we have some new sailing areas opening up with new marinas. So that will eventually give more richness, variety in cruising routes for Turkey as a destination.
I would definitely jump in and say that charter license probably is one of the reasons why you have less yachts coming in, because when you want to bring one of your yachts in the fleet and you explain to the charter client that apart from paying the very high charter rate, the charter rate, he needs to pay, let's say, 1/3 of his charter rate extra for the Turkish charter license, it drives them apart, because they're not gonna spend that if they can actually start and finish in Greece without spending this extra money and only pay VAT. So this is something that definitely needs to be done.
Bozena, I don't want to go into that, but you are right. We have this regulatory and bureaucratic limitations a lot, and you know, it is, I don't want to go into that, but we have very complex charter regulations, and especially for those yachts over 39 meters, even over 60 meters, it is, as you say, it's like 1/3 of the charter rate extra. And as TYBA, we will submit a presentation to the authorities this winter, because it is not sustainable, you know, it's not good for Turkish yachting. limiting all those yachts with those extra high taxes. But similar thing is happening also in Greece. I don't want to go into that, but with TYBA Plus, etc., we have the similar issues with the Greek regulations.
Well, this has been such a fascinating conversation. I'd love to continue it, but we are actually, I'm afraid, out of time. But I will invite the audience, if you'd like to pick up this conversation about yacht charter, you can find any of the panelists in one of the breaks, and I'm sure they'll be very happy to fill you in. And did you have something you wanted to say about the next TYBA show?
I would like to take this opportunity and welcome all of you to 7th TYBA Yacht Charter Show, which actually is the second oldest yacht charter show as continuation of Marmaris Yacht Charter Show, which has been which ran for 36 years, and we are doing the 7th. So it will be the 43rd yacht show of Turkey, and it's the second oldest after Antigua. And we all like to welcome you there, and in May, between 7th and 11th of May next year. Thank you.
Fantastic. We'll see you all there. Thank you so much, panelists.
Thank you. Thank you.